Right now, Guam is bracing for Typhoon Mawar threatening to slam the U.S. territory as the strongest storm there in over 60 years. Now, that storm has weakened just a little bit, now equivalent to still a strong Category 4 hurricane instead of a Category 5. The typhoon still poses a triple threat of devastation, and that includes winds, exceptional storm surge, and torrential rainfall. Now, although Guam is located in the West Pacific Ocean, an area prone to the world's largest tropical hurricanes, a direct hit from a storm of this strength is still extremely rare. That's only happened around 8 times in the last 75 years. Let's get you outside. We're taking a live look at the camera on Saipan Beach in the North Mariana Islands, courtesy of EarthCam. It's around 130 miles north of Guam. It's just after 8 Wednesday morning local time there. Now, the storm is expected to hit at around noon local time. So let's turn things over to KITV4's Carly Yoshida for a quick update. Carly.
Le'ui, yes, as she mentioned, the storm has weakened just a little bit. Earlier this morning, there was a very defined eye right in the center of the typhoon, but you can see that's kind of dissipated. It has faded away. Still extremely powerful typhoon. You can see there torrential rainfall, high winds, as Le'ui has mentioned, and the storm surge could be up to 25 feet on land once it reaches on shore. But they're already seeing impacts of the storm, especially where we saw Saipan is up here north of the main islands of Guam. They're under a tropical storm warning, while the main islands are under, of course, a typhoon warning. Now, looking at the statistics and typhoon tracker, we're at sustained winds of 140 miles per hour. So it has downgraded to just a typhoon instead of a super typhoon, and it has gusts up to a 165 miles per hour. So you can even see from its tracker, it is indicated to weaken a little bit more, but as it passes west of the islands, it could start to pick up once again. So we're keeping an eye on this, and of course keeping all of Guam in our thoughts and prayers, because this is a very strong storm with the winds extending around 35 miles out from the center of the storm, and the strongest winds being felt on the outermost layers. So they're about to feel that bracing for that impact very shortly, and they could see some of it already starting this morning. So with that, we'll send things back over to Le'ui.
All right, thank you, Carly. Following that super strong system, now the American Red Cross region that handles Hawaii, it also handles Guam, and it's now working closely with local government agencies in preparation for Typhoon Mawar. Now, shelters are open. The National Guard has been deployed to help with evacuations as residents stock up on water and other necessary supplies. Now, the Red Cross says that this is a powerful reminder for us here in Hawaii that preparation is critical.
With that, I want to say Kalalal, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Hawashai, Ba'ashim Kodesh. Babylon is to the elders and apostles of great stone. Shalom to the elect which in this word in truth and in sincerity, with the hope of receiving mercy of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Hawashai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son. The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites, according to the prophecies that are written in the scriptures. I want to make it known that the RFID microchip is the MOTB. The miracle drug is the precursor to the MOTB. Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus, is about to make his return upon the earth to deliver his elect and to pour out judgment as it is written. So, right now, a lot of people seeing these events taking place around the world, not knowing that the Lord had declared these things aforetime. So right now we're seeing these things coming to pass on a rapid level. When it's not earthquakes, it's storms, tornadoes, volcanic eruptions. What's next? It is written in Luke 21, said the Lord will show forth signs in the heavens and on the earth. And the Lord will do all these things before the eyes of the inhabitants of the earth. But who regard the wonderful works that Yahweh Shemel Shai is doing in these last days, that he have foretold to do. This is Isaiah 29 verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquakes and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. And recently I was even watching a clip and showing that people have been hearing strange noises, some loud noise, but them can't even comprehend where the noise that come from. And the Lord made mention of a great noise. But as I say, people now go come to the realization of who's doing all these things, Right now over there in Mexico, let me show you what's taking place.
This is Dabu 7. We now have millions of people being warned to prepare for possible evacuation after Mexico's alert level has been raised on this Popocatépetl volcano following a series of earthquakes that have hit in this area. So these earthquakes, they get shallower and shallower and start to make their way toward the top of the volcano, show that magma is on the move underground, and right now they're saying that this signals pretty much an imminent eruption that's going to take place. This is a pretty active volcano down in Mexico that sits about 45 miles south of Mexico City. Right now, the town of Pueblo is covered in ash. It's been around a decade since that has happened, and they have raised the alert level from yellow phase 2 to yellow phase 3. And they're urging people to use caution. They're telling people to not go outside. As you can see that in most of these areas, it's really hazy outside, and this ash blanket is basically covering all the towns around this volcano already. So this is before a major eruption. I talked about this on the live stream, how this can cancel flights. But a lot of people being put on alert here, millions being told to prepare for evacuation as they expect this thing to blow big time here anytime. I'll keep an update on this. Follow me on Twitter.
This is 2 Corinthians 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproar of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, meaning to be made plain, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and ending in effects and signs. That's why Scripture says it's high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe, And the Lord have a lot more things them are going to do in these last days, So I don't see nothing yet. One day I watch a clip with the various storms take place of America, and I see hail stone a drop. They're bigger than my fist, when you ball up your fist. So just imagine one of them that are dropping in your head, But nobody now regard the workings of Yahweh Shem Shai in the earth. And we are the ones watching and giving Israel warning from the Lord. It's written in Ezekiel 3 verse 17, Because the Lord set us as watchmen unto the house of Israel. So we hear the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua's mouth and giving a warning from him. So this is edifying. It was just a clip that I saw, and the Spirit moved me to do a quick video on it. So with that, I want to say Kalalal, Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Kodash. Shalom.